Long Beach Juniors coming out of lane 1. Back to them, back just off of the stern deck of the Long Beach Junior boat. I'm going to give that second place position right now to Waylon Weston rowing out of lane 6. They have about a stern advantage over lane 2, Texas Center. Texas Center sitting 1 seat over Connecticut Boat Club. So behind those 4 boats by a bit of open water, it will be our 5th place crew rowing from Mount Baker in lane 4. Mount Baker leading just slightly over Artemis in lane 5. But as we come up to 500 meters to that line, it will be now Waylon Weston with the lead, just slightly over Long Beach Juniors.
A little crosswind here. These pairs are really going to have to show their proficiency rowing this very unstable, hard to row women's pair. But as they come down, it's still a lead in lane 1 in the yellow boat for the Long Beach Juniors. And it's getting a lot closer between Texas Rowing Center, your central champ, and Waylon Weston in lane 6, your northeast champ, with Connecticut Boat Club connected with both of those pairs. So those are your top 4, and then look how close it is between Mount Baker and Artemis. You have your champion from last year, Connecticut Boat Club, in lane 3, new athletes in this boat, and in lane 5, Artemis finished second to Connecticut Boat Club last year in this event. But it is definitely a big lead right now for the Long Beach Juniors in their gold unisuits and the blue blades up in lane 1 on the picture, the right side of the picture here. And in second place, a solid second place right now, a full length, maybe a little bit of open water clear, is Texas Rowing Center.
That's right. So as they cross over 750 meters in, Long Beach Juniors and Waylon Weston, they both had a great start, but Waylon Weston has dropped a little bit off the pace as Long Beach Juniors have taken this glassy water that we see at this point in the field to their advantage and now have an open water lead over the rest of the field. Behind them, that Texas Center crew is looking hot. They had the fastest time of the day coming out of the semifinals, and they are really showing their speed as they try to chase down the Long Beach Juniors. So now what we see is a really great race shaping up between that Connecticut Boat Club crew and Waylon Weston out in lane 6.
That's right, and Connecticut Boat Club finished behind Waylon Weston at the Northeast Regional Championships, so they're trying to turn the tables on them, but you can still see Waylon Weston with an advantage on Connecticut Boat Club. But these 2 boats out front have pulled away, and it's half a length of open water for the Long Beach Juniors there at halfway. 1,000 meters to a national championship here in the women's pair. It's Long Beach Juniors ahead of Texas Rowing Center, and then there's a length of open water back to Waylon Weston trying to hold off Connecticut Boat Club. Those are your top 4, and those are the boats in the picture there. You can now see your leader in lane 1. It is the Long Beach Juniors, and they continue to kind of pull away a little bit from Texas, but Texas showing a lot of speed. They continue to pull away from Waylon Weston. So it's a little bit spaced out here. We'll see what happens in the last half of this race, but this is the women's pair, a final at the 2018 U.S. Rowing Youth National Championships.
All right, and just past 1,000 meters in, Long Beach continues to extend their lead out over Texas Center. Waylon Weston on the chase as well. Connecticut still in the mix. Just behind Connecticut, it will be Mount Baker in the 5th place spot, holding off Artemis. So we'll see if we can get a little bit better picture here of the action. And it does look as if Artemis may have overtaken Mount Baker for that 5th place spot.
Actually, it looks like Connecticut fading, and it looks like Mount Baker and Artemis have possibly gotten past Connecticut. So we'll see if those 2 boats that have been fighting Connecticut all the way down the race course can start to track down Waylon Weston, or if it's going to stay like it is as they come through 750 meters to go. And they approach the white buoys for 500 to go. It's still a length of open water, maybe more, for the Long Beach Juniors ahead of Texas Rowing Center. Those are the 2 boats in your picture. First and second place in lanes 1 and 2, and Waylon Weston hanging tough in lane 6 in the bronze medal position.
That's right. I really think that Mount Baker is the crew right now that is on the move. I am looking at a really good push here from them as they try to overtake Artemis. It looks like they're really dead level between Mount Baker and Artemis. Connecticut falling a little bit off the pace. They are now in that 6th place position, but really clear right now. Long Beach Juniors followed by Texas Center and then Waylon Weston. Lots of space in between them as they approach the final 500 meters.
That's right, and it is getting closer with Mount Baker getting into the mix with Waylon Weston. That's really where the race is here behind your leaders. It does look like Texas is really starting to wind it up, and they're starting to track down the Long Beach Juniors a little bit, but they have a lot of space that they're going to have to close to get in the mix for the gold medal. It is still the Long Beach Juniors out in front in this lane 1, closest to the beach in their gold boat. And they still have some open water on Texas Rowing Center in lane 2 with those Texas Lone Star flags. And those 2 boats are very well clear of the field. But look at these 3 boats connected for the bronze.
Waylon Weston still in that 3rd place position, but really trying to hold off an amazing charge here by both Artemis and Mount Baker. As we come into the final 250 meters, keep your eye on lane 6, 5, and 4 as we approach the line. Right now, Waylon Weston's got it, but Artemis and Mount Baker are on the move. Lane 1, Long Beach Junior continues to hold off Texas Center, but we'll see who can wind it up and bring it home. It's going to be a decision. Do you want gold? Do you want silver? They've got to make that decision right now.
Yeah, 38 strokes a minute. Cooler than the other side of the pillow. It's Long Beach Juniors out in front, a full length ahead of Texas Center. Texas Center pushing. They want to try to challenge in these last 10 strokes. Are they going to be able to do it? Texas is moving, but I think it's going to be the Long Beach Juniors hanging on in lane 1. They're going to take a gold medal here in the women's pair at the 2018 U.S. Rowing Youth National Championships. It's the Long Beach Juniors by a length over 2nd place, Texas Rowing Center. And Waylon Weston, with that great race in lane 6, is going to hang on and take the bronze medal ahead of, it looks like, Artemis and then Mount Baker. 2 connected boats there, and coming across the line in 6th place in the United States for 2018 is Connecticut Boat Club.